Hello, ladies, gentlemen, children, whoever's watching this. This is a very first podcast, videocast, whatever you want to call it, of what I want to call it a young man's mindset. My name's Logan Young. I am 22 years old from the big old town of Cotton, Minnesota. You probably have no idea where this is, and if you do, too bad for you. Nah, just kidding. It's a good place to grow up. The reasons why I'm starting this are to get my business ideas out there. Not just business, but my points of views on life. Not everybody's gonna agree with it, and if you don't, feel free to turn it off, or if you want to just open your mind up a little bit, watch it. I want to reach out to like-minded people like me, that want to conquer the world using the resources of money, the resources of other people's ideas, minds, thoughts, views. Yeah. I want to build a brotherhood to conquer the world. And this is actually better than me just freaking out at people that don't understand me. This is a way for me to vent about all these crazy ideas and all these thoughts that go on in my brain on a daily basis because they drive me absolutely insane. I also want to inspire people and I want to be inspired. I'm not just out here trying to say my point of view is the only way, my point of view and my thoughts are the only way to this world, because that's not true. That'd be absolutely stupid of me to do, because it's just not true. A few things about myself. My highest level of education is a high school diploma. I have been in sales my whole adult career. I come from what some people consider a broken home. I consider it a diverse home, and I'll get more into that at a later date. I have a huge heart. I really do. I really care about others. I really care about other people's opinions, their thoughts, their values to life. Just because I don't understand them doesn't mean that I don't want to. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be a dickhead and say that you are wrong. I'm a genuine person. Lastly, about myself, the few things that you're going to learn off this first podcast compared to many, many more is videocast, whatever you want to call it. I absolutely hate the feeling of comfortability. And I think that derives from the broken home that I had. I know that things change, and I know that there's struggle and pain in this life, and especially as, oh God, here we go, a man, there is struggle and pain. The more struggle and pain that you endure, the more that you can handle. I truthfully believe it's common sense. I'm not looking to get just positive feedback all the time. I'm looking to get negative feedback as well. People thinking that, not just thinking, but people thinking that what I'm saying is asinine, is untruthful, is stupid, is out of this world, because it's not. Because if it was out of this world, there wouldn't be people like me. So I want to share a little bit of a story here before I go and hop into this poem that my grandpa shared with me. And the story is actually about my grandpa. So about a week ago, I was in a low point in my life, struggling, pain, endured, easy. My grandfather told me, not told me, but we sat down and had conversation, and I value the man, and I love having valued conversations with him. He listens to me and gives me his points of views, and I'd love to have him on this podcast one day. But one day I told him about my points of views, and I told him about how I felt, and went home that day feeling better. Sat down and really wondered what I want to do and how I want to portray how I feel and what I believe, and I thought that this would be the best way. All right, so then that next day, I hop on the computer, order a mic and order a stand, easy peasy, less than $100. So don't tell me ever that it's hard to start a podcast, because I am not the smartest human in the world, and I did it. And went back to my grandpa's, and right away he's on the phone. He's a businessman, blah blah blah. He tells me, he says, "Hey, I had a dream last night, and I want you to see what I wrote down, because when you have good dreams, you're supposed to read or write them down." I'm like, "Wow, okay." At the very top of the piece of paper, it said influencer, and he had a dream about me and a buddy basically influencing. Now, if that's not a sign from God, then I don't know what is anymore. My points and my views on the world have changed so much because of the um, abnormality of this world. But I just thought I'd share that with you, because if you feel like you should do something, do it. Do it. Even if you don't have other people's support, even if you don't have a grandfather writing down what he dreamt that night before that had you in it, do it. Because I promise you it'll work out, and do it to your best capabilities. All right, so then after having that conversation, he shared a poem with me as well, a poem that really touched me deeply in my heart, and I'd like to share it with you before I go. When you get all you want, and you struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, then go to the mirror and look at yourself, and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your mother, your father or wife, whose judgment upon you must pass, but the man whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you right to the end, and you've passed your most difficult test if the man in the glass is your friend. You can fool the whole world down the highway of years and take pats on the back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartache and tears if you've cheated the man in the glass. That is a poem by Dale Wimbrough, and it's called The Man in the Mirror. No, not the Michael Jackson song. It's a poem by Dale Wimbrough. So that's what I'd like to conclude this video, podcast, whatever you want to call it, with. And I hope that you guys enjoy. Please leave me some feedback. Please tell me some subjects that you want me to talk about, because I will. I'm not afraid. This is just an introduction, just to get my name out there, just to get something on the social media network, something that I'm terrible with. I'm an old school young man, but I hope you enjoyed the very first episode of A Young Man's Mindset, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.